AvatarMeet, take 1, day 1.
Action!
AvatarMeet 2014 was kick-started off by 2 parallel mini-meets. One was for the more adventurous and was located in Kings Canyon National Park, whilst the other one was for those who wanted to do the tourist thing in La La Land. First stop for the tourists was Venice Beach. I'm not sure why they would want to emphasise the end of the road. Surely they'd find out in about 200 yards. With due indifference given to the road signage, the clan joined the rest of the tourists to take in the sun, sea, sand and surf. Well, take a walk on the beach anyway, where we came upon an Ikran training establishment, more commonly known as a skateboard park. Whilst it looked quite hot, it was surprisingly pleasant outside, just very bright. A couple of photos and that was Venice Beach ticked off the list. Meanwhile, way up in the mountains... I can't believe I just said that. Well anyway, the other half of the clan was on their own adventure. Akituan had led them along a ridge path that resembled Iknimea, and had rushed ahead to get a vista of the view behind them. Everywhere you looked there were amazing views to be seen, and Timon managed to capture a number of them. From 10,000 feet, a mini tornado could be seen in the distance. Whilst at 0 feet, the tourists had moved on to Santa Monica Beach. There were no excuses, we just had to get down there.
And where are we?
The Santa Monica Pier, where all the attractions are.
Attractions indeed. Fancy a ride, anyone? It was interesting to see how many people were in the sea, considering there was a sign saying, no swimming. Well, that was Santa Monica Beach. Whilst the tourist clan enjoyed their beds at night, the mountain clan settled into more natural surroundings. The wildlife was quite interesting and varied, and it certainly helped having Raiden along, because you knew you were going to find something interesting to look at. From Mountain Drive to Rondeo Drive in Beverly Hills, the place where shops don't display price tags, and if you have to ask, well then you don't have enough money. Breakfast at Tiffany's, anyone? It seemed to be the place where people just drove around in expensive cars. It was like another world, and quite a contrast. Until the tour bus passed the Muppet Factory. Talking of Kermit the Frog, the mountain clan had found their own little froggy. Raiden was doing his snake charming, but it got bored. So it was time to take in some waterfall action. This was a sign that intrigued me. Is it saying don't shoot bicycles or dogs? Eventually the clan found themselves up the creek without the paddle, but forged on through the woods to take in some of the sequoia trees. And watch a squirrel nibbling his nuts. Another trail and one last opportunity for the mountain clan to take in some of the vistas. A rest stop was made under the shade of a tree to eat lunch and to absorb one last view of the surroundings. From a natural phenomenon to a man-made one. The tourist clan had found themselves on Hollywood Boulevard.
want a picture with him?
Oh no, no.
Tinseltown or La La Land? Love it or loathe it, at the end of the day it's what brought us all together, and that is something to be grateful for. As the day drew to a close, there was just enough time to spot Sigourney Weaver's star in the Walk of Fame. The light gradually faded as the mini-meets drew to a close. Tomorrow was going to be the start of AvatarMeet 2014. Kilitrell for the meetup was 4 points by Sheraton, a hotel that was located not too far away from LAX airport. Inside, the planning team had laid out all the goodies for the attendees. Meetup survival guide, badges, t-shirts, fondue set. No, not a fondue set, no. Meetup historian. Hello, James. One by one, everyone arrived, handed in their NDA form, and picked up their goodies.
Hang on just a second.
Although this was a meetup of Avatar fans, it was more like a family gathering, and everyone was able to catch up without the computer screen being in the way.
I think I'm standing on the Pre-meetup. You're on camera. We're so happy to be here. Thank you for organizing this, all of you guys. Yup. Fabulous, darling. Fabulous.
What gets me is not someone going to drop down. Everybody's invited to the kitchen. You're supposed to take the kitchen with you.
With everyone arrived, the meetup was called to order, and the organisers gave an overview of what was going to happen over the next few days.
Welcome to AvatarMeet 2014. First, a couple of quick introductions, and then we'll go through some of the details of what we have planned for the next few days. I'm Nico.
Sarah Noel.
Right.
Yasu. And Marquis.
In the back.
And I'm Alan.
And this is Alan.
Yes. Hello.
And Agatman, also known as Kevin, will be joining us shortly here if you haven't run out to the airport. So tomorrow, light storm. So this is pretty special that a studio invites fans to visit. That basically never happens, right? They're conveying a huge amount of trust in us.
They want to kill us all when they're done.
Sam's probably not going to be there. She's not
More like expendable extras.
They don't do extras, they're all digital. No, these shirts are not red.
That's right.
Yeah.
Red shirts from Star Wars.
All jokes aside, it is really important that what we do see and hear there tomorrow is kept to yourself. If stuff gets out, it does a couple of things. One, it hurts Avatar, right? You know, one little slip up, and you never know what it can cause later. And the second is, that's the last time that we, or any fan group, will be invited to our movie studio. Yeah. Right? Don't go selling what you know to TMZ. It's not worth it.
Does anybody have an email address that is tmz.com?
So, but yes, they are really excited to see us. Someone said why.
I said, because we're awesome. I mean, you know, I kind of look at it, I mean, this is probably an intrusion on them.
So we all like to do something that we feel makes a difference, right? We like to do work that matters. And if you're an artist, you need someone who appreciates your art. And so the term they used was recharge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to have somebody real come in front of you and say, you know, I love your stuff, thank you. It's priceless. And that's, I think, hopefully I'll show them the proper gratitude.
On what?
Sarah, cosplay.
Cosplay. I polled the cosplayers, and it was decided that the official cosplay day shall be on Friday. And if you are cosplaying on Friday or any day, please make sure you bring a towel or a sheet, because if you sit down, you need to make sure there is no paint. You don't leave any paint anywhere. Be courteous to any of your hosts.
You're not getting out of it that easy.
So the recommend cosplay.
Okay, Lightstorm seems excited about it, honestly. So if you want to cosplay Lightstorm Day instead, you can go ahead and do that.
The evening on Friday, starting at 3 o'clock, we are invited to Paul Farmer and John Franklin's house. Very graciously invited us over for a meet and greet, starting around 3, get there between 3 and 4. We will have a hobby lesson review, and then we will have dinner. Courtesy of Cody and Paul.
I joined this community because I thought that Avatar would hopefully attract people who would care about some of the things that are important. Most namely, as all of you are aware, our amazing world is slowly being destroyed, and quite frankly, if we don't do something about it as a group, then we're just a bunch of hypocrites who are obsessed with the color blue. And so I'm happy to announce that I have arranged for a volunteer session of habitat restoration at a small wetlands preserve located 17 minutes away called Madrona Marsh. We will be going there at 1 p.m. on Saturday, and our session will last until 4 p.m. and they will serve us snacks. We're going to have lunch set up for that. How's that going to work? Yeah.
It's someone's birthday in a couple of weeks, and that person happens to be John Landau. And so, there's Si and Rachel. There she is. She's done a card for us to all sign. Okay. So, Si and Rachel, we have Si and Rachel.
Yay!
This will be at the back. So if you all could sign that would be excellent. Talking of birthdays, we have a bit of information on the old roll call there, and there's some birthdays around this time, and so it's going to be a bit of a come on down thing. so can we have Matt Hillier come on down? Whose birthday? Inns? Yeah? Nicholas Rowell? Come on down. You're probably thinking, why has he got us up here? Well, for a birthday, you need a birthday cake, don't you? So, let's just wheel one of those down here. And the good thing about this is we all get something to eat. Yeah. So. Right. You won't be able to see this, but you can have a look later. But there's the cake. Wow. So, of course, with birthdays, we all have to sing happy birthday.
English or not?
Ah, well. It was talked about, and I talked with Dr. Paul over that, and we are going to introduce some Navi that is basically, instead of saying their names, we're going to say, and I'll probably get this wrong, we're going to say Ma Small. Okay, yep. So when we get to the happy birthday, we say, happy birthday, Ma Small. Yep. Small. Okay. Okay, so let's do the happy birthday. And so we're all timed in. We'll do a 3, 2, 1. Okay. So 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my Pastor. Happy birthday to you.
What we'll do is we'll get that cake out and we'll have some yum yum.
Let people take a look at it first.
Yeah.
It's an amazing cake. It doesn't even look like a cake. It's a cake.
Wait, it's fun. So here's one other thing that we've done. Obviously we're going to Lightstorm, and we want to give them a bit of a thank you, a bit of a reminder. And so some of you will be aware of this. If someone could grab the room. What we've had done is a banner. So you'll probably, we've tried to get as many Avatar fans that we've got pictures of on here. So that's a picture. We've had 2 of them done, so they can send one to New Zealand and obviously one can stay here. And so whilst the cake gets brought and people take photos of that, when we're going to have a group photo shortly down there, and we'll pose in front of this. So at least we've got a picture with us all on it.
Presentation complete. Everyone was given the opportunity to view the birthday cake before it was cut up. Then it was on to have the group photo with the clan banner.
And on the left side here, Mark is in frame. Chris, you're non-existent. So I'm going to come over here. I was handed a whole bunch of cameras, so we're going to start with this one.
And with that, AvatarMeet 2014 was underway.
Hello, James.
Hello.
We're being filmed in the background.
Yeah, got ya.
It's good to meet a lot of people I haven't seen in about 2-3 years.
Yeah.
It's good to hang out and talk with more people again.
Same.
Yeah. So, not quite there yet.
Not quite. The big fun stuff's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.